Trey, just from a professional perspective, how would you kind of evaluate your season this year?
I think, I think it's, I think the beginning of the season, I think it was pretty good. Preseason, I think I had a pretty well preseason. Going into the actual regular season, I think I shot the ball percentage-wise better than I did my first 2 years. But then obviously once, the rotation changed up, I think I actually handled it pretty well personally. I don't want to be the one that judges that, but personally I think I did pretty well staying locked in and, basically rooting for the team and then just basically going out there and doing what I did when my number was called.
Jody?
Do you feel like it went wrong at some point, and why do you think that happened, where you kind of got out of the rotation?
No, I don't think it went wrong anywhere, honestly. I just think it was a decision he made, and me and Coach, we always talked. He always told me why he did certain things. For me, I didn't really understand it, but it was just something that he wanted to do. It was a route that he took. So for me, I just wanted to make sure I was staying professional, staying mature. It was a position that I had never been in personally. So at first, I didn't really know how to go about it, but I knew that everything is temporary. My time is going to come again eventually. So I just continue to work hard every day and handle the things I can control.
Kareem in the front row.
Hey, Trey. Is there something that you want to show the coaches over the summer or prove to them to, I guess, alleviate whatever their concerns were before? Or how do you see your future with this organization?
I don't think it's anything that I'm going to try to prove. For me, I'm honest with myself. I know what I need to work on, so it's going to be a summer of basically just handling what I can handle on the court and off the court, obviously, but on the court, working on, things that I feel like are weaknesses that can become strengths. For me, I'm over the point of trying to prove anything to anybody. I just try to be the best version of myself I can be every day, which is by going in and staying on my same routine, staying professional and doing what I need to do to get better. And then, come June, July, come August, when we are back around the team, whatever happens. I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. I knew the question would come, but, if I'm here, great. If I'm somewhere else, it's been great, but I don't really know what's going to happen, so.
What are some of those individual things you said you need to work on?
I think attacking the rim, just continue to attacking the rim. I think I rely on my jump shot sometimes too much, and I settle a lot of times. But when I'm, best, I feel like I'm getting in the paint, getting others involved, and then the game obviously opens up for me. Another area is obviously defense. I think that's something I'm going to attack, really hard this summer. But I think a lot of that has to do with physicality as well. It's just, a matter of either putting more strength on, putting more weight on. These are all things that I'm kind of evaluating right now before I do start working out again. But like I said, it's just something that I have to be honest with myself and basically, work on the things that I need to get better at.
Question from Andy Larson, sorry.
You mentioned that Quinn told you why you weren't making the rotation over the last month or so. Can you share with us what he said?
We really talked about a lot of it, just throughout the season. He basically was just saying he felt like, with Shelvin, Mac coming in, and that being one of his guys, and obviously Shelvin had to go through some of the things that I had to go through this year. Shelvin came in, he had a really good game, obviously, against Portland, and from there on, he told me that he was giving him an opportunity. So that was pretty much, what he shared with me. We always was upfront with each other. He always was honest with me, and vice versa. So I just wanted to know what it was that I was doing, and basically he was saying I was being professional. It wasn't nothing that I did, for me to actually stop getting minutes. But it's all a growing process, a learning process for me. I know and plan on having a long career in this league, so for me, it's just going to help me get better.
Jody right here.
Yeah, I want to talk, have you explore that a little bit more. Sometimes in life we grow the most in darkest and challenging experiences. Do you feel like that might have been a positive, that you had to explore some things that you had never thought about or experienced before?
Yeah, I always look at adversity as a positive. A lot of people can't, because obviously in that moment in time, they're going through it. For me, I knew it was going to be a positive eventually, once it was all over with. And I've always pretty much had my back against the wall. High school, college, going into college, people said I couldn't be this. Going into high school, the same. So for me, it's not really nothing new. This situation, was new to me. Not playing at all was new. I've never, not played at all. But like you said, it was a test, and it's something that I feel like I did. I passed it, and it made me stronger mentally. So going forth, I'm gonna use it, to my advantage, get better this summer, and we'll see what happens next year.
Question right there.
Trey, having your option picked up for next year and kind of being at the control of the Jazz, does that make the summer easier, obviously, that you're in a transitional period with the team?
Well, I try not to really think about that as much as possible. We talked, me, Dennis, and Coach, we talked about, other personal things, but, just to know that they picked up my option for next year, knows that, or it tells me that they, want me here. I get a lot of love from the fans, obviously. A lot of the fans tell me how much they want me here. So for me, it's just really about whatever happens, to be honest. I know if I do end up going somewhere, I'm going to make the most out of it. But if I stay here, I'm going to keep fighting, find a way to get on the court, find a way to stay on the court. That's just my mindset. But I really don't know what's going to happen. I can't really control what's going to happen. I'm just going to control what I can.
Trey.
You talked about what Coach said about Sheldon. Did he ever tell you why Neto played ahead of you? The reason why for that?
Not really. We never really got into all of that. Like I said, a lot of the decisions that were made were, from the coaching staff and probably, what they felt was best for the team. But I never really personally went up to him and asked him that. When I talked to him, I, would talk to him, asking him what I could do to, be on the floor at the end of games, to be on the floor a lot. So it really wasn't personal questions about why I wasn't playing behind, or why I was playing behind X, Y, and Z. We were pretty straight up with each other, though. So that's what I respect about Coach. But respect about the whole staff. They never really sugarcoated me, or they were straight up with me and told me what it was, from the beginning.
Okay, one more from Andy.
Thanks, Trey. You said when you were drafted that you wanted to become an all-star in this league. Has the last 3 years kind of changed your expectations or changed what you define success for you is?
No, it really hasn't. The last 3 years have been trying times for me. I feel like just understanding the game, understanding, ways you can get advantages off the court, ways you can get advantages on the court. And I think I'm actually starting to get it. My goals still haven't changed, to be honest. They haven't came as quick as I thought they would come. But when I first got in the league, I didn't know what it took, to be honest. I left after my sophomore year. I think somebody told me this will actually be my rookie season, going into my second season, if I was to stay. So I didn't have the answers. I didn't know the answers, and now I feel like I'm actually starting to understand what it really takes to get to those goals that I named, because those are, very high goals. And I know a lot of people still are looking like, he said that. And, I'm sticking to my goals. Obviously you remember him saying that, so I definitely remember. And it's just a matter of, figuring it all out. And I think these last 3 years has helped me figure it all out.
Okay, Trey,
Good.
thank you very much.
No doubt.
Good off season.
Thank you.